Let's not talk any further. Let's see what the guys are up to. Let's head into the mulligan of the first game and see actually what they play. So,
and we already see a Reno lock versus Reno lock, and this is a really interesting match. Most of the times, this matchup is getting decided by who gets the Leroy combo first, who gets the burst, who can burst the opponent down before they can play Reno.
So looking at the mulligan here, you see the Doomsayer, Twisting Nether. I believe you mulligan them away and keep the Emperor? Or do you keep the Doomsayer?
Nah.
It's not that important in this match, right?
No, but it's still pretty good if they can still open as a zoo. They can still open like Dark Battler into Imgang Boss, into something like Twilight Drake.
Yeah, and while I'm talking about that, he mulligans everything away and keeps the Doomsayer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that shows why I'm sitting here, and mate is gonna go to the finals. Oh wait, we are also gonna go to the finals because we are gonna be casting there. So, yeah, the match is underway. Let's see how it goes. It's gonna be a lot of tapping, I guess.
Yeah, in the early stages of the game, we're gonna see a lot of taps, and they have a lot of the same cards. They have both the Doomsayer, they have both the Mortar Coil, they have both the Twilight Drake.
But if you look at the hand of May, that Stampeding Kodo is going to be big against the Doomsayer. It's going to be played on an empty board.
But it's also getting really big against that Bram Bronzebeard, if that's coming out early.
Yeah, that's also true. But there's a Twilight Drake in the hand of Narra, so he could be waiting to play that one. There's also a Twilight Drake in the hand of Maid. And if he taps right now, it could become pretty big the next turn.
Maybe Made is thinking about playing the Doomsayer here to deny Nara getting tempo with the coin Twilight Drake. Yeah, really well played by Made. He was thinking about, yeah, normally they coin out the Twilight Drake, especially when they tap in the first two turns, or at least in the first turns. Yeah, now Nara cannot play it. And he has to...
He has to play a card, right? Or he has to overdraw, so it's not going for the Mortar Coil.
He has 9 cards in hand, so he's not overdrawing.
So I'm a little bit bugged here with the cards, so I couldn't count it. Let me reset that one. So yeah, there's a Twilight Drake for Mate, Twilight Drake for Nara, and yeah, that's a little bit bigger of a Drake here.
Yeah, a little bit much bigger. But Mate doesn't have a proper way of dealing with that. Yeah, you can try to Faces Manipulator it, but you want to save that for your Leroy combo. That's most of the times the way you're gonna win this matchup. So I don't think he wants to waste his Faces Manipulator yet, and he can try to go for Sinjin here. Not really bad. The Twilight Drake cannot kill it all because he has 5 HP and that Twilight Drake only has 4 attack. There was a time that Twilight Drake gets +1 attack and health for every card in hand.
Wow, that was a great time for the Twilight Drake, but that time is over. You see a great possibility here for Nara to play that Mortal Coil and see if he can draw into anything. He draws into that Siphon Soul. And,
yeah, Siphon Soul can be really huge, especially to remove that Twilight Drake next turn. Well, there's Siphon Soul for Mate. Is he gonna play it though? Or is he going for the tap?
He could go for the tap. He could also go for that Mortal Coil as well, because yeah, we see the same play from Nara. We could see the same play for Mate here.
Yeah, pretty fun. They both played the Senjin. They both played the Twilight Drake Mortal Coil. They both have Siphon Soul in hand. This is like one of the most... Yeah, this is the biggest mirror mesh I've seen in a while, I guess. They 100% doing the same, even though they play only 1 copy of each in the deck.
But right now, because of the Twilight Drake having less health than the one of Nara, now Nara can trade more efficiently. And yeah, just make sure that that Drake goes away from Mate. He even has that Emperor Thorson he can play because he has 1 piece of the combination of the Leroy, the Power Overwhelming, and the Faces Manipulator in hand. So yeah, great player.
Yeah, and Mate has a proper way of dealing with that. He can just Siphon Soul it away, press end turn, and yeah, wait what Nara is gonna do. He has a bunch of board clears here. He has the Shadow Flame Hellfire. But the same is for Nara. He also had that Shadow Flame in hand, but getting 9 cards discount is really, really huge. And also the Alexstrasza in his hand. Wow, that's a card you don't see that often, but it's really good in the mirror match.
Yeah,
if Mate goes for Reno Jackson, You just played Alex afterwards and you're back at 15 again.
Because now that we see Alexstrasza in the hand of Narra, that means that he doesn't have a Jiraxis, right? Because normally you replace Jiraxis with Alexstrasza, am I right? Or
No, you
can
play
you play
them
both?
both.
Play them both.
You always play Jiraxis, otherwise you're gonna lose against Control Warrior. That's not what you want. Oh, wow. That's a huge play by Narra. And does Mate find a way of dealing with this? You can eventually go for something like Spellbreaker, but he doesn't have a proper way of dealing with this board. He has two combo parts. He can maybe go for Face's Shadow Flame, but no, he has only 8 mana, so he cannot even do that.
So yeah, you definitely don't want to play that Reno, because then that Alexstrasza next turn is gonna be pretty awful to face.
Wow, yeah.
He taps, finds a Refreshment Vendor, but yeah, he has to Spellbreak or something, goes for the Bran.
Yeah, I think you have to remove the Bran. It's such a scary card, especially when maybe cards like Abusive Sergeant are played, or...
But now that you have seen this card, the Spellbreaker being played, you know as Narra, he doesn't have Twisting Nether.
Nope.
So you might want to develop the board, but you're also scared of that Shadow Flame.
Yeah, Shadow Flame is still a big threat though. On turn 9 there are a lot of possibilities of playing a big minion with Shadow Flame. And you know there's your minion can be faceless and then get Shadow Flame. So it's really scared to overextend on this point where you didn't see any board clears yet. Wow, he's healing that Twilight Drake to play around it. And then tap last, of course. That's how it works, right?
He's coining, but what is he gonna coin out here? Is 5 mana.
I don't know. Yeah, he's just trading way too minions. You just don't want to overextend here, and he's pressuring Mate really hard, and maybe Mate has to play his Reno here, but then that Alexstrasza is coming out, and then he will be devastated, I guess.
So yeah, what can you do here? The Kodo is not going to give you nothing to Shadow Flame. Hellfire feels so bad here because you're reducing your own health total.
Siren Soul already used.
And if you use the Faces Manipulator, you also lose the game in the long run here.
Yeah, exactly. You can maybe go for Bran Refreshment Vendor or something like that. Also pretty bad, I guess.
Yeah, just extending the game here. Yeah, he has 10 cards in hand, so he cannot tap.
Yeah, you cannot really tap. You don't even want to tap, right? Oh, this is so awkward for Mate. His hand is a bunch of minions you don't want to play. If he had Ragnaros here, he could maybe go for a 1-in-3 Snipe. Yeah, he has to go for that Faceless here, yeah. He has no other option, I guess.
Yeah, Faces Manipulator and Refreshment Vendor, and now that's Siphon Soul looks good. You can also...
But is this lethal? Is this lethal, by the way? He has 8 burst in hand, so it's 14, 17. Siphon Soul, does he have more burst in hand? No, right? He can go for Alex, put him on 15. No.
You don't want to use it, Alex, for Reno Jackson. That would be definitely too greedy.
There's no way. He's too off lethal here. Unfortunate though. Yeah. But I still think you just go for Siphon Soul on the Drake and just go face for 9. You want to pressure. You want to bait that the Reno Jackson here.
Yeah, definitely a good idea. Does he want to play anything else? Just get on the board. He's considering maybe playing that Apothecary here. But
you can go for that. Is he gonna trade here? Why would you trade? Why didn't you just go face? Yeah, maybe he's still afraid for Power Overwhelming Shadow Flame. The only way Mate can come back on board is that Shadow Flame. Yeah. So if he keeps trading away the minions...
And now he has lethal. So...
Yeah, even without... even if he plays Reno... There's like an Alex, put him on 2-8. Yeah, that's even lethal. If Mate plays Reno, it's still lethal for Narra. You can go for Alex for 8.
But we can also see Leroy into Sunfear Protector. We see a Bran.
They can go for Bran, Imgang Boss, Defender of Argus. Also a possibility. But then Shadow Flame will do it. Then he has like 7 and 8. No, that's one off, actually. Oh, is he going for Leroy Shadow Flame? Yeah, I think you have to make a player, yeah. How bad it looks for mate. He already used his entire combo as Leroy Faceless to remove minions on the board.
This keeps him in the game, but it feels so bad. He lost his Face Manipulator, Leroy Jenkins, no combination possibilities. And that is something that is also going through Narra's mind, because mCon.maDe has lost a lot of his burst, only has his Soulfire and the Power Overwhelming maybe in hand, and the rest he has to do with consistent damage.
Ooh, and there's the Faceless. But if we look in the hand of Narra, there are also a lot of cards that you don't want to play, but you just can't play them right now, right?
Yeah.
So, but he decides to just go for Sylvanas and Swampu. Swampu's probably not doing anything this turn. Oh wow, there's a Twisting Nether. Do you play? Yeah, I think you have to.
Because otherwise it will be lethal for Narra.
Yeah.
Because he has 8 burst in hand, and yeah. So what is he gonna do here? Is he gonna Twisting Nether? Twisting Nether feels good, but if Narra just taps into that Leroy Jenkins next turn, it's also going to be close if mCon.maDe decides to tap after that Twisting Nether. But mCon.maDe has to know that that is a possibility, right?
Yeah, I think you just play Nether. You have to remove the board or you will lose. You know you play against Renologue 9 out of the 10 times. They play that combo Leroy Faceless, Power Overwhelming, so you know there's a lot of burst in hand. And we see Narra also playing Soulfire, so he probably took the deck list from DICE, from the European Championship. That was the list with Soulfire in it.
So you can go Twisting Nether or Hellfire Demon Wrath.
Nah, you go for Nether for sure.
Yeah. Why use 2 cards if you can just use 1? So now it's 14, and if Leroy is being drawn here by Narra...
He's still waiting for it. 10 cards left in the deck. So there's gonna be a big chance in the next few turns that Leroy is coming out and put mate till death. Ooh, and there's... Oh, that's a huge draw. The Mountain Giant. For 3 mana and 8/8.
You can also play the Dark Peddler and see if you can find a great card.
Go for the code. Yeah, play your biggest minions. You just want to pressure mate so hard. You want to bait that Reno Jackson. Is mate now going for it? He doesn't have a way of dealing with that Mountain Giant. He already played a Simonsaw, he already played one Shadow Flame, he already played Twisting Nether, he already played Leroy Jenkins, he already played Faces Manipulator. Is there... Yeah, now he's going for it. And... Ooh, yeah, he's going for Peddler. Yeah, and that's lethal for Narra. Soulfire. Probably taking that one.
Dragonhawk! Go for Dragonhawk!
Yeah, with double PO.
So
yeah, now he's back up, and now Narra just plays the Alexstrasza, goes for the Power Overwhelming Soulfire turn. And that makes it 1-0 for Narra, beating mate in the mirror match. Well played by Narra here. Well done, well done.
Definitely, and a good match to watch, and I hope that we have a lot of these matches coming our way.
Yeah,
so yeah, 1-0 for Narra, he wins with his Warlock, and now he has a Paladin and the Priest left.
Yeah, 3 heavy control decks probably. It's probably some kind of Nazot Paladin and Nazot Priest or something like that. We know from Narra in the last 5 weeks, or in the last 4 weeks, he loves to bring heavy control lineups. He brought almost every week the Nazot Paladin, he brought the Renologue every single week, he brought some Control Warriors, Katoon Warriors. This guy loves to play some control decks.
And the same is for mCon.maDe. He has more of a different style, but he also has what do we see? Reno Jackson and a noble. This is a secret paladin for mCon.maDe. So
can I spoil a little bit what kind of deck it is? I practiced with him with this deck, and he had a pretty good win rate with it on ladder.
All right.
And it's a Reno secret paladin Nazot, or Nazot paladin. So it's a Reno Nazot secret paladin. and I'm not even joking.
All right, our minds are gonna get blown, but we also see a good opening hand here for Narra. It's just control priest being played here by him. A lot of stealing, and yeah. Do you think that will he know what he's playing against here?
No, definitely not. It's one of the most, I don't know how I have to call it. And yeah, he's playing one of each secret, and he's already drawing them. He must be pretty salty about that. He didn't want to see those secrets yet. He wanted to get them with the challenger, of course.
Yeah,
and
who
he's
am
also-
I? We haven't seen Secret Paladin in such a long time. Well, I
Who
have
am
seen
I?
them on ladder, but yeah, this is going to be so much fun, and a Divine Favor can do so much work. Right now, I believe that Narra is thinking, all right, this is the aggressive Paladin, the Divine Shield, a lot of 1/1s, and definitely with that Rallying Blade.
But that signs also that your opponent will play Divine Favor. So if Nara is a little bit smart, you don't draw too many cards. You don't want to give him like a Divine Favor for 7 cards.
Yeah, but
Because-
he's going for it.
Yeah, but that Rallying Blade is gonna do a lot now. You should have known that.
Yeah, but how can you prepare against this deck?
Nah, you know when you play against an aggro paladin like this, that you always have to remove that Divine Shields for the Rallying Blade on turn 3.
All right,
But
so,
yeah, you don't play against that deck every single day. You maybe have seen it once on a stream, like...
Yeah, but now we have to Shadow Word Pain that, yeah, because otherwise Blessing of Kings would be so devastating. Has a coin and the Museum Curator left. And let's see what he discovers. Went pretty quick,
Loot Hoarder.
finds Loot Hoarder.
Yeah, really well played by Nara here. He
Well,
knows...
that's Knight.
Yeah, he's playing Reno, so he has a lot of room for some special text, right?
Yeah.
And that Shadow of Pain, Shadow of Pain, was doing a lot of work. He removed the 2/2 with Divine Shield, but otherwise that Blood Knight would have been 6/6 now. And Made has a pretty awkward turn at the moment. I think you just played the Blood Knight for 3/3 here.
And now Nara is like, and the secret is gonna come out. And Nara's like, what is this?
Yeah, what is happening here?
Decides not to use a Rallying Blade. Why is that?
I don't have to. That Museum Curator is doing literally nothing. And you know on turn 4 that the shifting shade is coming out. Most of the time at least.
But it's not. And he's checking the secret here.
He's checking for Noble Sacrifice. Not happening though.
I'm already having so much fun. I hope that Nara wins just to see this deck again, but
Yeah. That's right.
but it's looking pretty good for me. But a lot of things could happen.
Divine Favor for 20 cards, I guess.
Solemn Vigil, Noble Sack,
And more secrets here.
and there's the Mysterious Challenger for next
On
turn.
curve, turn 6 Challenger. That's so long time ago.
So what do you do? Do you play a dude, or do you go for the secrets here?
You can go for the secrets here, Noble Sack. Noble Sack will get revived by Redemption. And then you'll end up with a 4/4 and a 3/2. And then you go for that Mysterious Challenger.
Oh man. I just want to see what happens right now. You have practice, so you know what can happen here. But yeah, he's gonna check. He's gonna find that that Noble Sack, and he is gonna tell us something. He's gonna say,
Get in, get down.
"Get down." So a lot of people didn't call him the Noble Sack, but just to get down. You gotta get redemptions.
It's so long time ago that you see sequencing like this. And the Shadow Repay, yeah, he's scared of the competitive spirit here.
And that's pretty good. So now we can trade away that Noble Sacrifice. Yeah, we'll make go for the Mysterious Challenger. Looks like the best temple player.
Is there a play on turn 6 differently than Mysterious Challenger?
I don't know.
That was like the play for like 6 months in a row. Every turn 6 and every turn 7 were Mysterious Challenger, Dr. Boom.
So now we're gonna see Dr. Six here, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Six being
Long time
played.
though.
You could also go for Sylvanas.
No.
Nara has to
only
be
getting
so
one secret.
confused. So what is the secret?
We can see that summer, right? It's a really small Christmas tree.
Repentance. Yeah, it's we can see it summer. You have practiced that joke.
Maybe that's well.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, this is one of the best matches for the just because of it being Secret Paladin being so different than what we have seen. But now we cannot trade into that Noble Sacrifice guy because of that.
And Nara must be like,
spirit.
what the hell is in this deck? But the fun thing is, he still don't know that it's also a Reno deck. So when Nate is really low HP and Narra thinks he got him and that Reno is coming out, I really want to see his face. And he's going for the Entomb. And maybe he can tough steal into some secrets and get his own challenger off.
So there's Reno for mate. This is going to be such an interesting match. Definitely with the series challenger being Entombed. And there's only one because, yeah, well, there are only 4 secrets in the deck. So,
yeah, only 4.
Yeah,
you can just go for Sylvanas here. You already saw 1 Entomb, but he can also decide to go face here with that Blessing and Hero Power up. That Hero Power is also pretty good against a minion Narra is gonna play. We're gonna see the Repentance there, so that Hero Power can just clear that Repentance minion.
But the thing is that if you go for Blessing of Kings, you can get Sylvanas too. What? He goes for the Reno?
Tempo Reno, yeah. It's not bad. It's a 4/6 minion though, and you know Priest probably doesn't put you on really low HP, so that Reno is not getting a lot of value anyway. But if Narra entombs the Reno, he gets his own one.
Yeah, but he doesn't have Entomb, so yeah, 1 Entomb being played. Sometimes the priests only play 1 Entomb, not 2, but this is a control priest, not a Entomb priest, so it could be 2.
Yeah, but I understand why mate is doing this. It's a 4 attack minion, so Priest doesn't have a proper way of dealing with 4 attack minions.
And Sylvanas is a good card to play in that Repentance. It gets 1 health and it's sure to die, and yeah, you cannot kill that Reno off, so it gets stolen.
You will see, you will see. Oh, with shield.
Just to draw, just to cycle, finds a flash shield, which is good for him.
Good.
And there's Nazad as well. You didn't tell me there was a Nazad.
I told you in the beginning. I told you it was a Reno secret Nazad Paladin. You can watch the vault back.
Alright, yeah, I just forgot. There is so much craziness in the deck.
So much going on here. Oh wow, is he going for that 50-50? Is he gonna steal that 1-1?
Yes.
Always lucky, that mate.
Always lucky. So going for Stolen Vigil, drawing into some cards, finds Consecration and the Vilefin Tidehunter.
That's really huge because that 1-1 town will defend his Reno Jackson here. The guy with the mustache.
So if you are Narra, you try to figure out what this deck is.
You can't. You just can't.
Excavated Evil feels...
Yeah, it's pretty good. Excavated Evil. It clears everything. You can even... Nah, but maybe you don't want to. Maybe you just want to develop something, right? I think playing Shifting Shade is pretty good. Yeah. Stealing the Tyrion from the deck. But then you can... Yeah, you have to play Arcanine Shifting Shade down, but that's get traded away so easy by Reno. But Arcanine Hero Power is also pretty good.
Yeah, Arcanine Hero Power looks good. Then there is an equality to deal with it. But you don't want to play equality, right? You just choose silver.
The only problem mate is gonna have
fatigue?
is the fatigue, exactly. He's 4 cards behind, and yeah, it's not helping him. He needs to get ahead on a fatigue. There's a chance Narra is gonna draw some extra cards with maybe his second cleric. But if Narra plays smart, he's probably not doing it. Ooh, and that's gonna be huge. Those 1-1s with Divine Shield are pretty annoying to get rid of for Narra. That Excavated Evils are not doing it though. Ooh, and there's a second Shifting Shade.
But now you can play Excavated Evil to clear out that one. Even an Arcanine and Flash Shield.
Yeah, I don't want to waste that, right?
No, so it might look pretty bad at Excavated Evil into Shifting Shade.
You also don't want to waste your second Arcanine here. That Arcanine Circle later in the game can help you by dealing with Nazal, but Narra already saw the challenger. You already saw the Reno, so maybe he's not thinking about Nazal here and he's going for it.
Just a pinch of
Darkshire Alchemist, really good card for us because you can target that 5 heal, yeah, and it's gonna be 5 damage of course instead of the heal.
But now he can use his 1-1 dude with Divine Shield and even equality this board.
Yeah, Quality Consec is not that bad though. There are not a lot of big minions in the deck of a Priest. Not a lot of... yeah, and made decides just to push 5 damage here, and Narra is already on 11 HP.
Yeah, that's a good answer here for the Shadow Word Death.
Yeah, Shadow Word Death is pretty good, but then Sylvanas is coming out. Then he has to deal with that. And also the double Arcanites are gone, so Arcanite Flash Shield is not doing it. Arcanite Circles are gone. There's only Excavated Evils left for some board removal, and that Nazar is gonna be huge. Narra also already used one Entomb, so even when Tyrion comes out later on, he doesn't have the Entomb anymore.
Alright, you still have Tyrion to deal with.
Yeah, Karen,
yeah.
probably.
Yeah, Karen is. Yeah, you have Karen, Tyrion, Sylvanas.
Knife Jiggler, one of the really important card. No.
So let's see what Narra draws into here.
Is he going for Knife Jiggler here? No, I think you just play safe. You don't want to run into a full board clear.
Oh, he finds an abusive sergeant.
One of the worst minions in the deck. Oh, and there's the Nazat for Narra.
Oh, he has an Azad as well.
Yeah.
So this match is turning and turning, and it's gonna be pretty interesting. Just let's look at the amount of cards they have. 9 for the Paladin, 12 for the Priest.
Yeah,
So Narra is ahead in fatigue, and now he is healing a lot.
Yeah, that heal is gonna be huge, especially in that fatigue game. Oh wow, Abusive Sergeant. That makes such a good trade on the Jessica Trueheart.
They just trade hero power here, right? As
Yeah, you don't overextend. You're ahead on board, and you know Priest doesn't have a proper way of dealing with Sylvanas anymore. You already saw one Shadow Word Death. You already saw one Entomb, so don't be scared of anything.
Well, it could be Excavated Evil into Holy Nova.
Yeah, but that's way too much. That's way too much.
Yeah, we see Excavated Evil. Might even play a Shifting Shade here, yeah.
Shifting Shade again.
So there's Loot Hoarder. That's not. You're not happy to see that, right?
Nah.
So Knife Juggler into Secret Keeper, Loot Hoarder, and Hero Power. Hope you juggle.
If you hit all juggles, you're a god. But you saw Excavated Evil, so maybe Mate is just pushing face now. Is the juggles gonna hit? Nope. Never
So-
lucky, Mate.
No,
He's in my house, so probably that's why.
he's upstairs, right? Not in the.
He's on my bed, right?
He's in the other room where you were first casting. All right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's there.
All right. So yeah, Knife Juggles going the face. Sylvanas going to the face, and there's Elite Star Seeker.
Yeah, that's such a huge card. Is he stealing the hero power noon? Oh!
What? He's stealing Excavated Evil. Then he put it in the deck himself. This is so bad for Made. And now the question is he going
And
to...
he's drawing it again!
So now there are 2 Excavated Evils in the deck of Made, and he definitely doesn't want to play those 2. So he's going for the Cleric and Elise.
Narra's gonna be like, if Excavated Evil's coming out, like, what? Instant though. What a game.
Wait, you wait with Nazad because you want to play Tyrion first, right? Or do you go
Yeah,
for Nazad
definitely.
now?
You wait. You have enough time against Priest. But maybe you can just pressure him though.
Excavated Evil again. But that makes it good for Narra.
Is Narra gonna draw the Excavated Evil here? That would be a lot of fun, right?
That would definitely be a lot of fun.
Maybe Mate is just going for it. Oh, and there's... Ooh, that's huge. Shadow Word Death.
Shadow of Death, definitely huge. Yeah, Circle of Healing is gonna heal up that Elise, making them trade.
And Zod coming out, yeah, and then it's gonna be really difficult for Mate to come back. Look what he got. And
What? He draws a Tyrion.
Yeah, but you don't want to play that right into the Sylvanas, am I right?
But there's also Shadow of Death to deal with it.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
It's looking pretty hard, and Made gives up, and Narra goes 0-2. But now Narra knows the deck, and it will not be as surprising as it was before. So, well, my mind is a little bit blown right now.
But there's still a way that he can sneak a win with the Nazad. Narra didn't see the Nazad yet.
No. But yeah, we saw a Priest before, and now we see a Priest again, and the Priest won again.
2-0 now.
2-0 for...
Is Priest new meta?
Priest could be the new meta in tournaments. I don't think that's that great on ladder, but it
Games
just
take way
takes,
too long anyway.
Yeah. So all right, we're gonna see Priest. Sorry, I'm just mispressing here. We're gonna go into the mulligan.
Paladin versus Paladin, and we also see an Elise Starseeker and an Uldamon in the deck of Narra. Is this also some kind of Reno-ish deck? And because Narra knows the deck he was playing against, he kept the Consecration in his starting hand.
Yeah, that let's see if mCon draws a little bit better than he did the last game. He drew all his secrets in the early game. He has some great cards right now. He can that Acidic Swamp Ooze can help against the Ashbringer of Tyrion in the late game.
Yeah, he already has the Acidic Swamp Ooze, yeah, but I think you just played earlier to remove the True Silver though.
And so
Sounds like calling out the loot hoarder. I don't know why. Maybe you don't want to get. Yeah, but when Narra just hero powers here, he's losing his loot hoarder to the hero power. I don't know, man. He could just have waited, right?
he could have, but you never know what he is looking for. That Divine Favor is looking pretty good here in the hand. So
yeah, it looks pretty good. And Narra doesn't have a. Kodo. Can be really good later on, especially when you can combo it with an Aldor. Now that Rallying Blade is doing a lot of work here for mCon, removing that Acolyte and giving him only one draw, while Narra thought, oh, I'm playing that 1-3 in that 1-1. There we go.
yep. So let's see what he draws. He gets Ragnaros. So the Ragnaros twins, I believe, are in the deck here. Narra finds another equality as well.
Yeah, this is just the proper Nazal Paladin Narra brought already a few times in this series. Ooh, and is mate going for the juggle here? Come on, mate, you can do it.
Well, Blessing of Kings also feels good. You can trade your save of the Kodo. You don't even have to trade. You can juggle next turn.
Yeah, I can just True Silver now as Narra, remove that 5-5, but then mCon is pretty happy to see that. He has that Swamp Ooze in hand, so can remove that weapon quite easy. Normally, maybe you want to save it for Tyrion, but I think that's a little bit too greedy to save it that long though, especially when you can get such a good tempo swing with the Swamp Ooze on the True Silver.
Sometimes it's funny that mCon is telegraphing his plays by hoovering over his cards to us. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna play Acidic Swamp Ooze because he is playing True Silver. But
thanks, mate. Thanks for helping us.
So that Divine Favor can be pretty big next turn. I believe if he top decks into that Mysterious Challenger, things will be big.
Ooh, and that Aldor is gonna be really good now. We can go for or even Sylvan is better. No, I think you just go for Aldor, trade away the Kodo.
And then Divine Favor? Or Hero Power?
2, 4, 6, 7. 2, 4. You can draw 3 cards with Divine Favor. I think that's fine, actually. You can also just be a little bit more greedy, go for Hero Power. But if you get 3 cards, I think that's the most you can get, I guess. Sometimes, back in the days when you played Secret Paladin, you wanted to play Divine Favor after Mysterious Challenger. Otherwise, there was an opportunity or chance that you drew into all your secrets. But he's playing everything only once.
Ooh, and there's that Noble Sack. Noble Sack behind Tyrion could also be great.
Yeah, or even Redemption behind Tyrion. That's even better.
I mean Redemption, but he draws into Noble Sack, so let's see here. That Kodo is 1-5. Not gonna do that much. Are you afraid of this board? Do you definitely want to clear this one? You can do with 1 Consecration and the Kodo. And then...
Yeah, 1 Consec will clear everything here, but you have to think about as a Zod Paladin, is this board worth it to clear it already? Or can I be a little bit more greedy? Can I wait a little bit longer? You can also decide just to go for Forbidden Healing, heal yourself back up to 30. Because when you just play Consec, you cannot develop anything.
And he has both of those forbidden healings in hand, so decides to go for the healing, and there it is, the Mysterious Challenger, and it can have all the secrets because of Noble Sack.
Yeah. Are we finally gonna see the old school Christmas tree here? Wow. Is it
There it
happening?
is.
There it is.
All the secrets on the Paladin here.
This is wild.
But right now, Narra knows all the secrets. He has seen them. He has learned about them in the last game when he played the Priest. So, but this is still a hard board to deal with.
Yeah, even if he equality consecrates, that ascetic Swampus will come back. And it will be a 4-2.
Options.
And even then when he plays Rag later on, he decides to go for Pyromancer. Yeah, really well played. Also proc the Repentance here. And removes everything.
So only the Noble Sack will be left.
Yeah. No, and the Competitive Spirit.
Oh, yeah, Competitive Spirit, of course.
But there's a chance the Narra will leave that Swampus up. I don't think he's gonna play Consec 2. It's not worth it.
So
You can decide to go for Eldor, but I think you want to save... Yeah, he has the second one, but you don't want to waste those cards on those small minions. You know they are gonna get big minions like Sylvana, Styrian Fordring, maybe Rag Light Lord. There's still some big minions coming up, but Narra decides differently and plays the first Eldor already.
Yeah.
And now the first big threat is coming out from mCon, the Tyrian Fordring, of course. And there we go.
So now the heat is on from mCon, and now the only thing he will be looking for is a Cairn, and then the Zod to keep the pressure going. There's one board clear left for Narra, in the hand of Narra, and yeah, that Rag is feeling pretty bad here.
Yeah, feels pretty bad though. He can still go for that Eldor.
So now he's gonna proc the Get Down.
Yeah, but that Consecration in the hand of mCon is looking so good now.
Yeah, make sure that Narra draws 2, but yeah.
Quality Consec looks pretty good there. But nah, it's not worth it, I guess. You're giving 2 draws on the Acolyte anyway. But you're 7 cards behind on Fatigue, so... maybe it's not that bad. I think mCon is in a really bad spot because he's 7 cards behind on Fatigue. But Narra is running out of cards though.
Yeah, it's going for that Consecration.
Yeah. Giving Narra 2 cards though, so the card advantage is even again. But mCon has still that Tyrion on the board. Oh, and that's Solemn Vigil. Yeah, mCon already know. I'm so far behind the Fatigue. I'm not gonna win that Fatigue battle anyway. So I'll just pressure Narra as much as I can. Hopefully win the game before it goes into Fatigue.
The light protects me.
So there we see the Argent Squire, the Harvest Golem as well. And there the Tyrion for Narra.
Yeah, probably gonna drop on the field. Maybe even together with the Doomsayer though.
That would be... But not the Nazad in your hand, that would be a thing.
Yeah, you're probably gonna draw that Nazad anyway, later on in the game. This game is gonna take a little while, I can tell you. But it looks really good for Narra, especially because he's like 6 cards ahead on Fatigue.
Do you want to... Did mCon play the Nazad last turn? I believe he did, right?
No, he didn't. He didn't. He still had it in the hand. So Narra don't know there is a Nazad, but he knows it's a Reno deck, so there must be something in the back of his head. There must probably be some Nazad-y thing, right? Ooh, and if mCon goes for Sylvanas here, his Nazad is going to be huge, but I don't think he's going for it though. I think you just hero power here. Or is he going? What? Equality? No. What is he going to do? Clear everything? It's also a possibility though.
Yeah, you could equality it. So then you have your Ashbringer as well.
Yeah, exactly. You can do a lot of damage to the face here. And also that Steward of Darkshire is going to be pretty huge, especially with that hero power every single turn.
And that makes Narra use his second board clear, I guess, if he decides to go for it. He goes for the Sylvanas. He feels safe to do so because he has that Nazad. So if you see that board clear here coming out from Narra, you know that it's safe to play that Nazad again.
Yeah, mCon is doing a really great job. He knows how to win this matchup now. I have to pressure Narra his life points. I'm not winning this on fatigue. I'm not winning this on board control. I have to put all the pressure I have on the board. Pressure Narra to play heals. Make some suboptimal plays. Oh wow, Narra is going for the heal here. 20 heal here.
Yeah.
And next turn is also probably coming out. You already played the Savannah. There's the Reno Jet. Come on, mate. Stop trolling us.
Alright, so there is the keeper of Oldemon. He is going full steam ahead.
Yeah, he has to.
And if this board gets removed, he has that Reno, that Azad left to play that Tyrion again and get another Ashbringer. So, but it can get silenced.
The problem with the Reno deck like mate plays is that you only play one removal. You only have one equality and only have one consecration. And Narra has two. And Narra already played one and made two. But if mate goes for Nazad, Narra has a proper way of dealing with that Nazad. But if Narra comes out with Nazad, and that's a misplay by Narra. He silenced the Harvest Golem so he could get back to 3 HP instead of 2. If he just played Consecration, wow.
Yeah. So Ashbringer probably gonna go face here. Yeah, he's just gonna trade away. Play Nazad.
Yeah, but there's a second board clear. Yeah, he cannot even clear the Tyrion, by the way. Wow, well played by mate here. It's gonna be really difficult for Narra to clear this, actually. He can play Equality Pyromancer, but the Tyrion will survive, and the Harvest Golem will survive.
So you go for Elise after, and hero power up.
Yeah, then you're 1 damage of lethal, but that weapon in Mage's hand is gonna do it, actually.
So all the aggression of mate paid off, and he is going to win with his very exciting Secret Paladin deck, bringing a lot of excitement here to the ESL Benelux Championship. And there it is. The Tyrion is gonna swing the face and the True Silver Champion as well, and that's going to be game. So it's a 1-2, and
what a game again.
the story continues.
Yeah, and mate has still some other decks to play, right? He still has the Druid going on.
Yeah, but if it's a Druid, okay. If mate is playing crazy decks, then that could be an Ancestral Communion Druid.
I'm not saying anything, but it's gonna get some excitement. That's 100% sure.
I was like, oh, he played Cthulhu Druid before, but now that we see this, I'm like, oh, we could see an Ancestral Communion deck next.
I'm not saying anything, Ward. And there we go. There's the Druid from mate.
He just wants to show it off. So we see Raven Idol, Mounted Raptor, Innovate. Mounted Raptor, it could be a token Druid. Beast Druid as well.
I don't know.
Beast Druid got a little bit better after the Whispers of the Old Gods.
Definitely, yeah.
Got out.
Pretty good beast synergy nowadays.
But there's scenarios. It looks like token to me. So I'm gonna try and figure this out. I say this is a token Druid because
this game is all yours, boy.
So yeah, he's gonna play the Living Roots here just to get on the board, get some aggression in. But looking at Narra's hand, he has the Doomsayer, and yeah, he could just wait one more turn with that Doomsayer just to be a little bit more greedy.
Yeah, against Druid you can wait one more turn. It's fine to do. Normally in turn 2 there's no minion played on the Druid side. Gornessus is not played that much anymore. Maybe an innervated minion, but normally there's no turn 2 for Druid.
Oh, so yeah, looking at the hand of mate, he would have loved to innervate out the Druid of the Claw, but the Doomsayer is saying no, you are not gonna get on that board. And yeah, Nourish being drawn, and that is pretty big here. On a turn that mate could do nothing, he can draw at least 3 cards. Let's see what he gets.
Oh, he's going for the mana crystals.
He's gonna ramp up. All right.
Definitely. You play mate Druid, so you ramp up.
All right, so then Druid of the Claw can come out next turn, and yeah, if you don't draw into your Ancestral Communion, then you can also use Use Nourish to get up. But yeah. The Mire Keeper as well.
You can go for another Mana Crystal and clear the 1-1 with
Hero
Hero Power. I think that's the play. That Scenarios is coming closer and closer, and is there a possibility that Mate plays Scenarios for 9 mana when Narra just can Hero Power on the turn?
But he goes for the slime. He's not getting any mana crystals here. So yeah, that looks good. So yeah, let's see. Coin out the Kodo to remove the slime, contest the board.
Yeah, really nice play with Narra. Kodo contests the entire board. It removes the 2/2, but also trades really well with that Mire Keeper.
So we see Raven Isle here. Let's see if he can discover a spell. Nourish again and Wisps of the Old Gods. Looks like it. Didn't look like a good card, but can be a pretty good card if you're playing.
I think you go for Nourish here. You're pretty low on cards, so I think those 3 cards can help you a lot here.
Yeah, and you can play it right now. So Wisp of the Old Gods can get removed pretty easily by the Paladin.
The Druid of the Claw is pretty good against that Kodo. Kodo cannot kill it. And Mate is already doing a lot of damage again, and he's having that same tactic that he had last game. Hammer the face of Narra, pressure him a lot, and that's the way how you beat Nuzlocke Paladin. That deck is really, really slow and doesn't develop a lot. And if Mate finds a way of pressuring that March and that Scenarios is coming out, maybe even buffing the minions instead. Oh wow, and he's not trading here.
Oh, he finds Innervate. So now there's a choice to be made. Do you go for Nourish and the Mounted Raptor?
Or do you go for the Scenarios buff? No, I think Mate decides to play on curve here.
Finds a Wild Growth, a Mire Keeper, and the Druid of the Claw, so probably going to go for the Mounted Raptor. Or
you can also innervate that Druid of the Claw into defense mode.
And yeah, defense mode is up. Will he trade or will he go face? He probably go face.
Yeah, but then you give your Druid of the Claw away.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that there's a second Kodo in the hand of
yeah,
Narra.
but you can trade that Alder and Kodo into the 4/6 Druid of the Claw, right? And if you traded that away, there was no way that Druid of the Claw was killed, right? Yeah, maybe with the True Silver though.
Yeah, if he charged in, or no, if he traded, yeah, then with the. Yeah, that's true. If we would have traded, but then. Yeah, what? Joxron as well. So
Joxron into double Pyroblast to the face.
Your own face. Wow, this is this is insane here. So yeah, a Scenario seems like a good play, but Mire Keeper as well.
And this is just what happens when you're already secured for your final spot. Then you have the opportunity to bring some own-made decks, and it still works though. He won against a tier 1 Nuzlocke Paladin with his own-made deck. And
own-made deck? Yes? Did you just say that? Oh, sorry, couldn't help it. It's so funny.
The moment I said it, I was like, when is he gonna say made?
Yeah, wow, so he clears the board. Is maybe afraid for that Scenarios to come down and buff all those minions, and that would have been great. So clears the whole board here. Definitely no reason to play Joxron, so
no, not just. Ruination War is a pretty good card here, together with Wild Growth. And Wild Growth also gives you 2 extra spells for Joxron.
So yeah, this is good for me.
Definitely. Oh, and Garen, do you go for Garen or do you go for East of War? Or do you root up to pressure lethal?
Root up? Root up looks pretty good. Yeah.
Come on, root up or Riot.
No, root
Never
up.
root up.
So yeah, he wants to play at Scenarios. He's hoovering over Scenarios, as we can see. Just just concealing that it is a 5-10, not a 10-5. But we know that there is a 5 behind that Scenarios. So yeah, what do you do here as Narra? You can.
It's really difficult. It looks like Reg Lightlord is a little bit better here. because it heals you back up to 23. Defends your life total a little bit better. But if you play Tyrion Fordring and there's maybe a Mulch coming out or something.
What? There's also the Zod as well. What is this?
This guy, man, this guy.
He's just, yeah, he just went all out craziness on us. So what he's
There we
going,
go.
Yaks around. Let's see what he is going to draw. Fort Lightning kills maybe 2. No, it doesn't kill. Just to draw here for Narra. He draws
There's
into
the
a
deal.
Forbidden Healing.
Oh, and Demon Roth is dealing with the rest. Dude,
Corruption on Tyrion. Confused as
good.
well.
confused?
Blizzard.
No!
Fireball on Yogg. Yogg survive.
No, face!
He kills his
Holy
own.
fire face!
There go the
No.
secrets. Wild growth. And that's it.
Flare
That's
would be
it.
good against the Secret Paladin, right?
It would definitely be good against Secret Paladin, but it is not Secret Paladin. Found Wild Growth, but yeah.
Bad jokes wrong, bad jokes wrong. Come on, mate, you can do better like that.
Oh, wow. So now we are stuck with Cenarius, Cairn, and the Zod that have to win the game for me to give us more excitement. So True Silver Champion could clear the board here. Pretty good.
Yeah,
But Light Lord looks also good because, yeah, the Yaxon cannot go through that.
and also
Tyrion.
the corruption is still on the Tyrion.
Oh.
So the Tyrion will die, so it will remove the True Silver though. Yeah, now it's looking really odd for me. What can he do here? There are no Death Rattle minions played, only the Raptors, right? That's not what you want.
No, only the Raptors. We haven't seen Sylvanas. Do we see Cairn there? There's a Mulch,
Mulch,
and
wow,
that's...
that's huge. But he cannot play a minion when he goes for that. It's so bad. You go for it. It looks so weak.
Yeah.
What minion is Nora gonna get?
Another rack. No, it's the pirate! The pirate on the parrot!
Charge!
Sky Captain Crag. Wow, and there we see
card.
Cairn as well for Nora. I'm having way too much fun with this game. I cannot help it. Ashbring is gonna swing into the Yaxron, just clear the board, and then we're probably gonna heal up as Nora here.
Yeah, he can also go for the Karen Blood off. Yeah, and then just heal for 8. I think when you're on 16 HP, it's fine, right?
Yeah, he
But
goes for
Nara
the
is a
slime.
little bit greedy on the heal and decides to go for the Swamp Ooze instead.
Swipe as well. So yeah, you don't play Nazad here.
No. You only played one Raptor as a Death Rattle main, right?
Yeah, so there has to be more value to get out of that one. The Paladin is not going to pressure you. So you
Cenarius looks pretty good here. It
Yeah.
contests the Swamp Ooze and it also blocks one Ashbringer attack.
and Sky Captain Crag is being inspected here by
Yeah.
Nara.
He was like, "Is this a card?" I didn't see that one.
Is there a new expansion?
Yeah. Are there pirates? Like, oh man. Yeah, and he decides to go for the Cairn here. That contests almost everything, and he wants it to die to the Ashbringer though, because he really wants to play the Nazad as soon as possible. He knows he has to yeah, he has to die. He has to kill that Paladin as fast as possible.
And I just want to comment Nara here on his plays. He's playing such a difficult match here. He's playing against all decks that he has no idea what they're gonna be.
I'm really curious about how Nara is at his computer right now. Like last week, he was just chilling with
Yeah, he
his
was.
girls and the cocktails, playing in normal matchups, and now he's back at his own computer, a little bit more stressing. It's his normal habitat, and now he's playing against all these weird decks, totally alone in his room.
Mate is just having fun here. But there's still good decks as well. He won with the Secret Paladin. He can win with his Druid. Because both heals, I believe, have been played here by Nara, right?
No, only one.
Only one, alright.
Yeah, he played one Light Lord and one Forbidden Healing. And there's still one Forbidden Healing left in the deck. But Nara is so far ahead already, and Nara's minions are a way bigger threat than the Druid ones. And the Nazad of of the Paladin is way better than the Mage one. But Narra has to be careful that he isn't too greedy on his Nazad. I think he should play Nazad on this point. He gets Cairn and he gets Tyrion. Why wouldn't he just play it? I think he's playing it a little bit too greedy. I played Nazad Paladin a lot last week. And the biggest problem with Nazad Paladin is that people are too greedy on Nazad.
Well, mate definitely is not, because he's playing it right now. And yeah, how to deal with this board now as Narra, because no removal and only weapons and Nazad for himself. So it could be a Tyrion, but...
I think you just trade away the minions. Oh wow, the Mana Worm, that's pretty bad for Narra. He has to remove it. Yeah, and now he's going for Nazad, but he could have gone for that one turn earlier. And now he's behind on board and he gets a lot of damage here. Ooh. This Scenarios is also pretty looking pretty good. Double swipe. Yeah, double swipe looks insanely strong here.
So,
that's if he takes swipe, he can almost remove everything, right? But also do a lot of... This is lethal. I think he's checking lethal here.
So he's removing the Cairn. Well, the Bane Bloodhoof.
So much damage here. Is he going face with the swipe?
Yeah,
he is. Wow. A lot of damage down here. He's dealing 7 to the face now. Yeah. And you're happy with the Dashbringer now, but you cannot really tank any more damage here, especially when you have no heals. And
Narra draws into that Sylvanas, and that is not going to help. So you only have the Elder Peacekeeper here and the Acolyte of Pain to save you in this situation.
Yeah. Really well played by mCon again. Yeah. He knows how to play this matchup. He knows I have to pressure that Paladin as much as possible. I have to make... But if Narra went for that Nazad one turn earlier, he had the tempo with that Nazad.
And the thing is, mate can play scenarios. He can buff the Cairn or the Bane, and that's game.
Yeah, but... No, it's 6 damage,
still,
right?
Yeah, this is still game.
No, whoa, Narra decides... Really well played by Narra. He knows I have to do this. There is a chance of scenarios, and mate can still draw in that swipe, right? But that's one off. Swipe is one off.
Yes, Nourish.
Nourish, that's giving him 3 cards here.
Or do you go scenarios and fill the board and pressure?
I think he's going for scenarios, buffing then, and put him on 4 HP.
It's so difficult here for mate.
It's still a board that Narra cannot deal with. He cannot tank damage with the weapon, so he cannot trade, right?
But mate has 6 cards left into his deck. Yeah, he's just gonna go full face mode. But
I don't really like the Towns though. I would have gone definitely for the
on Rag.
Yeah, but is that doing it?
Well, you have to play something this turn, so why not Rag?
Yeah, you have to remove everything. Yeah, I think Rag is the best chance of removing a lot. Yeah, and the fun thing is, if Rag hits Cairn Blood off, the 1/5 will turn into a 4/5, and that's so scary again.
So you can draw one more card here with the Acolyte.
Can maybe draw into a Consecration or something. Maybe even a second healing. Oh, and Vigil, yeah. Vigil can be really good though. Can trade some minions in, do Vigil for like 0. Maybe draw into the last Forbidden Healing here. Ooh, and he decides to face tank 2 damage here. Yeah, he's not tanking any damage. He gets 2 heal and taking 2 damage. But still really scary. He has to remove everything. Yeah, Narra is counting.
He has to be fast because the rope is coming in. So there he goes with the swing. Yeah, and if you play Solemn Vigil, that is gonna... Yeah, he's not gonna have any time here to see what he gets. So he trades the whole board, Solemn Vigil.
Oh.
And he's...
He cannot really play
Keeper
Rag, right? Oh.
He's gonna go Sylvanas here.
Did he hit for it?
Yeah, it threw silver, so he was quick enough. But there's a swipe, and that is gonna be it.
That's game, right?
Yeah, mate makes it 2-2, and Rick, this is crazy.
And now mate has left the Reno versus the Zopal, and I can tell you that's a good matchup for Reno. They have that burst.
What am I seeing?
What is happening here?
This is it's so much fun. Everybody should get in here and watch the game. So if you know anyone who's not watching this ESL Benelux Championship, make sure that you go on Twitter, on Facebook, on WhatsApp, whatever. And we're already going in the other game before I can say that the Druid has won. So yeah, here we go.
The last matchup, guys. Reno versus Nizol Paladin, and I can tell you it's gonna be a tough time for that Nizol Paladin to win against this Reno log, especially with that Leroy combo. Made has a lot of time to draw in that 20 damage combo and burst that Paladin down before he can heal himself back up or play that Nizal. And Nizal is not that strong against Reno. They have that Twisting Nether, so it's gonna be really difficult for Narra to win this matchup, but it's not a lost cause though.
Oh, it definitely is not. So yeah, this is the final game of the match between Narra and mCon. And whoever wins takes the first spot in the standings of the ESL Benelux Championship. So a lot of things come down to this match. And one thing that isn't going to come down is that Doomsayer. Or is it? Well...
it's not necessary yet. I think you just step here.
Yeah, look for more cards here as mCon. Look for that Twilight Drake.
Ooh, that's
giant.
really important. The Emperor. The only thing is, he doesn't have any... Yeah, this Doomsayer is like 10 times better. It denies all the card draw from the Acolyte. Really, really nice for mCon. Denying the card draw. And it's still 1-for-1, so you don't lose cards. Is there a way for Narra to kill it? You can maybe go for like Wild Pyromancer, Forbidden Healing, get a card in. No,
that would be way too greedy.
That's just stupid. I think Narra just equips the weapon here. But we see mCon with the perfect answer.
Yes, acidic. Yeah, just the acidic swamp is here to remove the weapon. Even 2 charges here.
You can even tap next to that.
Yeah. Tap first. Youthful Brewmaster.
Yeah, that's nice. It's really nice to play it together. I know the Youthful Brewmaster was his tech card when he won one really big LAN tournament in the Benelux. He played it on Reno Jackson a lot. Play Reno, Youthful Brewmaster, get your Reno back. And everyone's like, no, not again. Don't play double Reno.
That can be insane. So now the question here for mCon is, do you just let the slime go or do you Shadow Bolt the Doomsayer? You might want to keep that Shadow Bolt for later on in the game.
What you can do is maybe even Youthful Brewmaster your Ascetic Swampus, so you can kill another weapon from the Tyrian. But you also have 10 cards in hand, so you have to do at least something. You can maybe go for Shadow Bolt, trade, play Brewmaster. Looks pretty okay. Or maybe do nothing. Yeah, he decides to Brewmaster. Yeah, it's really nice to destroy another weapon. And Narra must be like, no, don't do this.
What is this Brewmaster even? Why is this Brewmaster even coming down? So Elder Peacekeeper being drawn here by Narra and looking at his options. Acolyte of Pain, not a true silver champion, but you just saw that Acidic Swampus being, getting back in the hand of mCon because of the Brewmaster, and you definitely don't want to play that true silver champion because you know that you're gonna lose it. But
yeah, definitely. Yeah, maybe even go for like Alder Acolyte. Maybe that's your best play. Still looks pretty odd though. You can also decide just to hero power though. You don't have to play anything. And the Nizol Paladin is pretty reactive. They can deal with almost everything they put on the field. So, and there's no threats, so you can decide to just hero power. I'm also playing just Acolyte here. Just cycle it for 1 card. It's also not that bad though. It's just a 1-for-1.
Alright, so we see the Shenzhen being picked up here by mCon, and he is gonna go for the Emperor, but he doesn't have a combo piece in hand.
Yeah, I don't know why, but maybe he isn't playing the combo version though. That's also
yeah.
No, we saw Leroy Shadowflame earlier in the game.
Yeah, we see Leroy Shadowflame.
Yeah, I don't really get why he played the Emperor here then. That's like rule number 1 of Reno, is that you never play Emperor before you have 1 combo part in hand. But maybe mCon is just gonna play Jiraxis now. I think coining out Jiraxis here is not even that bad. I think you just go for it. Every single turn a 6/6 is insanely strong for for the Warlock.
Yeah,
and
that's gonna put so much pressure on Narra, and you cannot keep clearing those
No.
6/6s.
is he going for it? Yeah, he decides to. Yeah, and I think that's the correct play here by mate. And Nara must be like, no, now I have to do every single turn. But does Nara have Leto here with that rag? It's 2 off, right?
Yeah, it's 2 up. But
So close, but mate
could-
knows he has the Siphon Soul to heal himself back up, and also has the Earthen Farseer or the Refreshment Fender to get back to 10 HP. And does Nara decide to go for it? I think he has to.
yeah, you have to put that Jiraxis as low as possible. Is there damage coming from the hand of Narra that can kill this Jiraxis? Yes, Tyrion that can give him the Ashbringer. What does he have?
But there's still
left?
the Swamp Boost though. There's still a Swamp Boost. And Nara knows that, so he has to remove the last weapon charge here. And we probably... Oh, there's no... Why didn't he play Rack here?
Well, maybe he's afraid of that Siphon Soul.
Yeah, but still, you put him on 5 HP and...
Yeah, but now if mate doesn't remove the board and doesn't have the feeling that he needs to remove the board, he can set up for lethal with that rag.
Yeah, that's maybe true, but I think mate is smart enough to run in that. That's Dingo and a 6/6 here, yeah. And this is what Nara is gonna face the rest of the game, every single turn. Those Infernals, 6/6 for 2 mana, seem pretty broken, right?
Yeah, that could definitely be broken, but the map of the Golden Monkey being put into the deck of Nara, and he is looking for answers here. He's gonna go for the Goldemon, the Clear, and the Elder Peacekeeper here. So, but that puts him. He's very vulnerable here to Shadow Flame.
Yeah, what is gonna happen here? But mate,
He has to clear, right? Because otherwise.
yeah, he's probably, or maybe he's gonna taunt up though. But taunting up is also pretty vulnerable for equality rack. Yeah, he's deciding to Shadow Flame this. He's so far ahead on board.
But yeah, now that is gone, and he has 2 minions. That looks pretty good here. So next turn we have Cairn, and we have the Stampeding Kodo. Stampeding Kodo pretty good here against that 1/6. But then you have nothing else left to play except your hero power.
Yeah, Nara is like, oh man, what can I do against those 6/6s? You can clear them for 1 turn. You can maybe clear them for 2 turns, maybe even for 3 turns, but you cannot do it for literally 15 turns from now on. They both have 15 cards in the deck, so...
He's just looking for a way to fit in that Ragnaros.
Yeah, you see Nara is desperately finding a way of setting up a sneaky lethal with that rack. But it's so hard to do when mate can literally do, yeah, play a 6/6 every single turn, and he has all the heal that he has in his hand. He has that Reno, he has the Farseer, he even has the Siphon Soul to heal himself back up for 3.
So yeah, that acidic swamp ooze is pretty big here in the hand of mate. If that Ashbringer comes out, it will definitely get deleted. So yeah, now there's a board clear, and then Cairn coming out, and that means that he is setting up for lethal here with that Ragnaros. But there is still that Reno Jackson, and that will not be enough if Reno comes down here. So there's a Sylvanas, and that Sylvanas is gonna be very hard to deal with here as...
yeah, and also pretty scary for Nara to play the rack into this. If you play rack, and it is gonna hit the... Ooh, wow, Spellbreaker picked up by Nara here to remove that Sylvanas. Wow, Nara must be really happy to see that one coming. And mate is playing around that rack all the time. And there's his own rack. Yeah, I think he has to play it, right?
Yeah, I cannot believe how this match went.
He's going for Reno. I think he Renos this turn. And just go face and sets up for lethal. Yeah, I think he's gonna set up for lethal here. Just push the face. There's no way you're gonna get killed by a rack or by an equality consecration or something like that. Wow, and mate is literally taking this game
Yeah, I was just saying, we saw Narra go 2-0 win from that Secret Paladin, but there is equality consecration combination. It's a little bit too late, maybe. Yeah, he can equality right now. No, he's gonna tap out. Narra loses this game when it was looking so good for him.